I just didn't see that coming. Not at Chicago against a team that just lost 51-21 to Detroit. Not against that defense without its best corner. Without much hope. It looked like no heart at Detroit. Not that. And that happened. I'm exhausted from watching it. I'm tortured from watching it. I'm sick to my stomach from watching it. Because what goes around came right back around to last year. It's same time next year. The defense looked just as bad as it did in weeks 2 and 3 at home against New Orleans and Baltimore last year, at Chicago this year. I understand why Matt Eberflus was fired by the Bears last year, obviously as the head coach. I think it's time to fire him now in Dallas, or at least demote him. I see nothing. I give you that we held Philly to 3 points in the second half on a 58-yard field goal at Philly on banner-raising night. But this was just sickening, shameful, humiliating, excruciating to watch because I wasn't ready for that. I watched Green Bay lose at Cleveland, and I was not surprised. I'm hanging in. Micah will slowly reveal himself to be not what they think that he was. He got outplayed today by Myles Garrett at Cleveland against obviously a legit, powerful, strong Cleveland defense. But Flacco is Fluco. He's washed. There's no way Cleveland wins that game, unless, of course, they had started Shedeur Sanders. And yet they hung on, and pulled it out when Jordan Love, who I've said 1,000 times, never completely sold on Jordan Love. I like him, just don't love him. He's not it. He's not that guy. I don't know what he was seeing or thinking late in that game, but he throws it to Grant Delpit. And it threw the door wide open for the Cleveland Browns to steal it, and they stole it. On a blocked field goal, we had a spate of those, like an epidemic of blocked field goals today. Baker survived his and overcame it. Is he not the clutchest quarterback in football? Another game-winning drive. He's had 3. It didn't require a last-second touchdown pass, but he did make several big completions, including one that should have been a completion to PUKE that they did not allow. He got both feet down. It was a beautiful throw. Baker, clutch. So I'm saying, well, Green Bay lost. Now they could be starting to doubt themselves as they come to Dallas for the big feud game, the big blood game, the big revenge game for one side or the other. Who wants this worse, Micah or his ex-team? They should just let Trevon Diggs suit up for Green Bay. Just give him a green jersey or whatever jersey color they're going to wear. Just give him a Packer jersey. Lil Wayne's got 1,000 of them. I'll get one from Lil Wayne. I'll send it to Trevon Diggs. He can suit up for the Packers because he left his heart with Micah. He's a disaster. Late in the game today at Chicago, he goes low, actually made a tackle, immediately hops up and trots off the field. I got my excuse. I'm out. Maybe he's hurt. I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe he got dinged a little bit, but he figured, well, I did my one thing. I actually made a tackle, a submarine tackle. So I got kicked in the head. I'm out. He goes and sits and watches the rest of the game. Just leave him out. We don't need him. He used to be, but he's not anymore. So what do? We go to Chicago, and right away, Javonte, he's been a bright spot. I've been stunned by him, pleasantly surprised, pleasantly shocked by how hard he runs. Javonte breaks one for 22 yards all the way down to Chicago's 28. And I'm like, here we go. We got this. Obviously, I picked Dallas to win. I thought it'd be like 30-20. Should have been. But Javonte goes down and somehow gets stripped from behind where the DB just takes the ball out of his hands. Well, if you're running that hard and that tough and that physical, you can't let a cornerback just come up from behind and take the ball out of your hands. I mean, that's just lame. That's just weak. That's just a weenie move. Come on, man. And that was it. That was the turning point of the game right there. Because if we go up 7-0, maybe we can hang with them. Maybe they start to doubt themselves. Nope, they go down and they score 7-0. It's the next play. On Trevon Diggs, who tries a quick jam, a jab jam. I don't know what he's doing. I've never seen him try that before. And he knocks himself down. You have to understand, he jams at the line of scrimmage. He can't run. I know he's coming off a knee injury, but he's never been able to run. And he just gets run by. Whew, gone. Bomb. Touchdown. What was that? 35, 66. No, that was 65 yards. So then the next turning point for the Dallas Cowboys is obviously CD gets hurt. We can't even get him an early target, which drives me crazy about shoddy. Sometimes I want to change the middle vowel with an I, take the O out and put an I in there. Shoddy, as everybody calls him. We get it down, we're down 7-0, and we get it down to 4th and 2 at the Bears 34. You think you're playing with your dad's old Kansas City defense or San Diego defense, or you think it's the 85 Bears you're playing with? Shoddy? No, you're terrible. You are terrible. You're at least as bad as you were a year ago with a healthy Micah Parsons when you got blown off the field by the New Orleans Saints. They scored 35 in the first half in game 2 at Dallas. Then you got blown off the field by the Ravens. Not as much shame. It was 28-6 after 3 quarters. They ran for 274 yards with a healthy Micah Parsons on the field. I heard Daryl Johnston say today, former Cowboy who I covered, saying, Micah, he said, I think I'm quoting him accurately. I think he said, Micah's also excellent against the run. He said that on television. I'm pretty sure that's on tape somewhere from somebody. Maybe you Packer fans have that. Also excellent against the freaking run? Are you kidding me? He's a nightmare against the run. He's a disaster against the run. He had 2 tackles today, no sacks. Did have 1 hit on the quarterback. By the way, the Cowboys managed in 4 quarters 1 hit on Caleb. 1 hit. So it's 4th and 2 at the 34, down 7-0. Shoddy, what are you doing, man? It's going to be high scoring. You need touchdowns. You need late field goals from the greatest field goal kicker ever. Maybe you need one to force overtime like you did against the Giants. Maybe you need one to win in overtime, but you don't need 3s in the first quarter, especially after you've lost CeeDee Lamb. And again, they can't get CeeDee involved. I don't know. So they have to hand it to him. And they line him up deep in the backfield as the solo tailback. I don't know. And they sort of weirdly toss it to him, and there's nothing over there. There's nowhere to go. And he gets rolled up on. As he's being tackled, he gets rolled up on. Who's 44 for the Bears? I don't know. I'll look it up later. Be sure to watch me explode tomorrow on Arena Gridiron. I'm going to explode. You can find it on the YouTube channel called The Arena. It's live at 2:30 Eastern, 11:30 out here in the Pacific time zone in Los Angeles. But I can't wait for tomorrow. Aqib Talib. I can't wait, because I am going to freaking unleash. I might even curse tomorrow. But CD gets rolled up on, and I'm like, this is disastrous. Here we go again. Just not meant to be. On a running play, because you can't seem to just call his number and flip him a little flat pass just to get his hands on the ball. You can't do that. So he had no targets today, had one run for none yards, and he gets rolled up on, and he's over, and he tried to come in for a play, and at least he's walking up and down the sidelines. I tweeted, it's ice and stem. Ice and stem, ice and stem, ice and stem. He should already been in the locker room doing ice and stem. Maybe you can get the soreness out. Maybe you can come back for next Sunday, because without CD, we got no chance. We had no chance at Philly without CD because he dropped 4 balls. So we've lost our 2 games because he didn't show up in Philadelphia. Still had, 7 catches for 110 yards, but he dropped 4. Including 2 big ones in the fourth quarter, and then he's not able to contribute at all at Chicago in a disaster of a 31-14 loss. But on 4th and 2, you just have to go for it. You just have to see the handwriting up on the Soldier Field wall. You just have to see it and feel it. You just go for it. Dak's been hot-handed. Just go for it. Flip it to somebody. Jake Ferguson, what did he end up catching? I wrote it down somewhere here. Just a bunch of catches for a bunch of yards that didn't mean anything. Jake, he had 13 for 82 on 14 targets, and it didn't matter. I'm still telling you, I'm taking Tyler Warren in the first round. Tyler Booker's been fine so far. I'm taking Tyler Warren. He's changed life in Indianapolis for Indiana Jones. Changed life. So that's it. We had our chance before the Javonte fumble. We had our chance on 4th and 2, and we take a chip shot field goal. And you know what's going to happen. We're going to give up another bomb. It's a flea flicker bomb. Must have traveled 70 yards in the air. I thought it was a bust. I thought we'd blown it up. I guess it was Swift who carried the ball. I never looked it up. But I thought we had thrown Swift for a loss. I thought he didn't even have the ability to turn and flip it. I think my wife's coming in right now, but she stays out of the house while I'm doing these. She just can't, when I'm watching the Cowboys, she just can't take it. It's just another disaster. So here comes Green Bay, licking its wounds. And I'm looking at an offense that went 3 for 11 on 3rd down against a team that gave up 51 points. 3 for 11, no CD, 3 for 11. We did rush for 121 yards. That's the only bright spot. But we went 1 and 4 in the red zone. We turned it over 4 times, and our defense still does not have a turnover this year. Does not have a turnover without Micah Parsons. We were just as bad with Micah Parsons. I keep looking at our pass rush. 1 hit on the quarterback, no sacks today. And Ezra Uwaku, I liked him, but he doesn't flash for me. I liked Sam Williams last year before he tore up his knee the last couple of years. No flashes. It's Hazel. I like Dante Fowler. He led the Commanders last year with 10.5 sacks, came back to Dallas for a second stint. Can't get off the line of scrimmage. I like Odigizua. I like Kenny Clark. I hope he's not hurt. He had to go out. I don't know what happened. I'm not sure we're going to even be able to field the team next week of healthy players. We might have to forfeit to the Packers. But how do we go 3 of 11 on 3rd down against that defense? And then our defense, Eberflus, he's playing not to lose. He's trying to bend but don't break, but we just keep breaking because the Trevon Diggs of the world just keep getting smoked deep. You have to blitz. I've been tweeting, you have to blitz. Eberflus. You just have to risk it. No biscuit on defense as well as offense. The Bears were coming after Dak. Creative blitzes, fake blitzes, back out blitzes, zone blitzes. You just sit back and it's just slow death, and it's excruciating to watch for me. I know what I'm talking about here. I've been doing this for a long time, watching a lot of really good Cowboy teams. I go back to Roger Staubach days. Heck, I go back to Don Meredith days. I know what good football looks like. You have to go after them. You have to play to win the football game. Finally, we started blitzing. It was 31-14 when we sent a couple of blitzes. You spied Caleb all day. A lot of Sam Williams spying. And it's like you're playing with one hand tied behind your back. Because it's like you're playing with 10 men on defense because the spy just stands there. The spy doesn't rush and he doesn't cover. Well, what do you think's going to happen? Disaster's going to happen. Caleb's going to run around a little bit because he can make the spy look like a fool, which he often did, and fired into the end zone, touchdown. We just got smart. We gave up a 41-yard screen pass to Swift, who looks swifter than ever. I've never liked him, but he looked good today. So I already picked last Thursday on Arena Gridiron. I picked the Cowboys to beat the Packers. The Cowboys were capable and would be capable with CeeDee Lamb of beating the Packers. But this is disaster. I just didn't see it. I just thought they'd go in and take care of business, and maybe they would have. If Javonte Williams doesn't get stripped of the football, it's not even getting stripped. It's just getting like purse snatched. He got his purse snatched. It's like a purse snatch in broad daylight. He got his purse snatched on national TV. My big, bad, tough running back, rejuvenated, revived in Dallas, looking like his rookie year in Denver, and he got his purse snatched on the first big carry of the game. We're going to take it in. It's going to be 7-0. It's going to be different. We're ready for Green Bay. If we're coming off a big win at Chicago, we got you, Micah. We got a little homecoming present for you next week, but not like this. CD won't be able to play. Probably Kenny Clark, the ex-Packer who came over in the trade. He'll probably not be able to play. It's just a nightmare, and I'm waiting for the coaching staff to show some balls, some guts, some gumption, some play to win. And Shoddy looked more like shitty today. I'm sorry, he just did. And that defensive coordinator, does he ever look uncoordinated? Let somebody else try it. Let somebody else play for Trevon Diggs. Give him a green jersey next week, because I am sick and tired of watching this. Maybe I'll take next Sunday off. I just can't take the pounding anymore. Football gods just don't love me anymore. I hang in. I think I'm going to go puke.